It's being described as the best hope of closing Connecticut's worst in the nation achievement gap.
That's the gap between the affluent and poor school districts all across the state. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Davis has more on the biggest expansion of pre-K in state history.
What are you ready now about?
More pre-K classes like this one at the Helen Street School in Hamden are now a certainty with an agreement among legislative leaders to fund at least 50,000 slots for pre-K across the state over the next decade. Nearly every bit of research now concludes that quality pre-K, with classes of no more than about 16 kids each, can drastically increase future success in the higher grades and in later life. Amy Masseet has been a teacher for 28 years, the past 8 in pre-K. She says it's easy to see why some kids entering school without pre-K can be a year or two behind developmentally and end up feeling humiliated and hating school.
Nobody at home is talking to them, reading to them, so they have a vocabulary, a lack of vocabulary. Some of them don't know what celery is.
As News 8 first reported in February, Governor Malloy, who started universal pre-K in Stamford when he was mayor, was asking the legislature to fund 9,000 more slots statewide over the next 5 years.
What we're talking about doing today is something that has never been done before in Connecticut. An extraordinary step forward to universal pre-K.
Legislative leaders announced they are expanding Malloy's plan fivefold, dedicating $200 million to PreK Expansion over the next decade. They'll pay for it with a portion of the tobacco company settlement money and borrowing to retrofit unused classroom space for pre-K. They're calling this new program Connecticut Smart Start, and teachers and school administrators were unanimous today in saying that this is the single most important way to close that achievement gap between the inner city and suburban schools. From the Hartford Newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.